Merry Meet, and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 21st of December 2024. This is Ariel, and today I'm reading with the Broken Mirror Tarot. This is the Marseille edition, and I'm going to purify with this Vervain, by Panier des Sens. Just as a note, I put links in the video description to purchase these products, but this particular edition is no longer available, so I put the newer edition in there instead. Moderating today are the lovely Honeypot and the lovely Jason. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. If you're watching us on, you are watching us on YouTube because that's all we're streaming to. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Our shop is located at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have some cool looking merchandise over there, and more is added frequently, so take a look and tell us what you think. Oops. Flyaway cards. If you're watching this and it seems like it doesn't seem to apply to you, it may just not be meant for you. In that case, you may want to check out the Zodiac readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find the most recent of all those tarot streams right on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat. Well, you are on YouTube, but if you're on live here, you could use a super sticker or super chat. We do appreciate your support. All right, we've got just a few more shuffles, I think, and we should be ready to go. Seems like we're streaming okay. All right. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. Starting out with the Three of Cups, followed by the 2, 4, 6, 8 of coins. And what's this? The 9 of wands. All right. Well, 'tis the season to be fatigued, so you got to be careful with this 9 of wands that you do get the rest that you need. Don't push through. It's not good for you. It's also, even if you make it through fine physically and there's no problem with your body, it sends the wrong message to your deep mind that you're not worth taking care of, because Christmas is much more important than you, or whatever you're celebrating. Much more important than you. Family's more important than you. Dinner's more important than you. Presents are more important than you. That's what that tells your deep mind. And so then that's what you get to deal with next year because those are the new thought forms that you're placing into your deep mind. And then that's what you get more of. So you can have it all. You can have a wonderful holiday season. You can have a fabulous dinner, fabulous celebration, fabulous everything. But you don't have to run yourself ragged, and you don't have to think that everything else is more important than you. And you may not think that you're doing that, but if you're running yourself ragged and you're putting, all of the preparations for everything ahead of your own mental and physical health, that's exactly what you're doing, making everything else more important than you. And a lot of times we just sweep that under the rug because, I got to get this done. So I'll deal with that later. You will deal with it later because you're planting a seed and that seed will grow. So just be aware of that. Take care of yourself. Let other people help out. Let it be for a change, let the season be a stress-free thing, or at least as close as you can get to it. If it gets done, it gets done. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. The world won't stop turning. Everything's fine. Okay. Now you're coming out of a beautiful, many of you anyway, are a beautiful trend, and we want to keep that trend going. And so we don't want the holidays to actually mess it up. We want the holidays to enhance it. And so that's what this 8 of coins is. It's all about attitude. And it's important that you recognize that, think of attitude as like a control panel of instruments where you can dial your vibration. And you want to dial in the vibration of joy and happiness and ease and prosperity and all of those things. So as you're going about the season, and especially as you're going about your day to day, since this is a daily reading, look in and see, well, what's my attitude? Can I change it? Can I change things around? Can I fine tune my attitude? And if your attitude, which to many of you it looks like is go, 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 press, 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 maybe that is worth looking at. That you don't need to take care of everything. You can delegate. Or if certain things don't get done, it's not the end of the world. Prioritize yourself. All right. 2, 3, 6, 9 of coins. Boy, you've been doing so well. King of Swords, not so well today in some ways, but we'll work through that. 3, 6, 9, 10. Things are turning out beautifully for you. Things are turning out beautifully for you, and you don't need to struggle to get there. Things are turning out beautifully for you, and you don't need all of the pain in the midst of it. And see, what this looks like to me, for many of you anyway, not maybe all of you, is the pain that you're going through is you diminish the importance of it and you sweep it under the rug because things have to get done. Right? And that's not wise. The wise thing to do is to look at this King of Swords as it comes up. You know, if you don't want to do certain things, you don't have to do them and then resent people for them later. That's really what a lot of this is. Excuse me. And also that King of Swords can be what happens to you attitude-wise when you don't take care of yourself. Because you're going to resent everybody else, even if you don't tell yourself the truth about it, and it'll come up out of nowhere. And you'll lose your temper, or you'll have a fight with somebody at a shop or whatever. And it'll be like, God, I don't know where that came from. That came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't really come out of nowhere. It came out of you not prioritizing yourself and not loving yourself, giving yourself number one priority. You know, it's a lot of people think it's selfish when they prioritize themselves, because looking out for number one is considered to be, sort of egomaniacal. And we don't want that. We want to be giving, and we want to be kind, and we want to be generous. But you see, part of being kind and generous is giving to yourself. It's okay to do both. There are enough hours in the day for you to take care of yourself and be generous to other people. But if you don't do that same old tired symbol of putting your own oxygen mask on first, you don't have anything to give because you're so depleted and your attitude is so messed up. So it's been so good, right? It's been so good. You don't have to put everything on pause just because it's whatever. I'm assuming it's because it's the holidays. Whatever's happening in your life, you don't have to put that on pause because now you have to put yourself in the back seat. Not at all. You can just take it as it comes, one step at a time. And if you don't have the energy to do something, don't do it. Ask somebody else to do it. That's why there's other people in your life. And if other people don't want to do it, then it must not be that important. So let it be not done. Let it not be done. I remember one year my mother did that. She was so smart. She said, you know what? If you don't want to make the dinner, then we won't have dinner. Because I'm not doing it. I'm taking this year off. And, we all got together. Everybody made it work. And we all worked together, and it was wonderful. And we didn't have to put my mom through all of that hell, because we were, by that time we were young adults. We could put our own share of work in so that we all pooled together, and we had a wonderful day. And if my mom hadn't put her foot down and said, I'm taking care of myself, I don't need to do this anymore. You guys are grown up. So if you want this, you know how to do it. I've taught you how to do it. You do it. Otherwise, we just won't do it. And that's fine. We can have Chinese. Smart, wise mother, isn't she? So then this 10 of coins is where you're headed. And you don't want to be headed to the 10 of coins with this fatiguing, resentful attitude, because then what the ego does is it takes all of the beautiful outcomes that are on their way and turns them into caca. It's called fecal alchemy. That was who was it that coined that phrase? I can't remember. I think it was Werner Erhard, one of those guys. And that's what the ego does. you give it free rein to take all of the good that's coming your way and to flip it around and make it yucky. And all of those gifts then become sources of new resentment for you, because that's what this King of Swords is all about. But the reason why the King of Swords is even on top of this reading, according to what I'm seeing here, is not because that's what is fated. It's not because you've set it up that way, because you've actually set everything up the opposite way. Everything looks like it's really going well for you. This personality facet comes out because you're not taking care of yourself and you're prioritizing other people and other things over you. And that gives that part of the personality free rein. Because it all happens under the rug. It all happens behind the scenes if we're not honest with ourselves about what we're doing. Because then what we do is we build hidden resentments that we're not even realizing are there. And then when all of this good comes, we sabotage it because our resentments have to find some form of expression. And we end up taking it out on ourselves. Sometimes we take it out on other people too. The King of Swords doesn't really care who gets the brunt of it. But ultimately, even if you are acting out with other people, it's nothing compared to what you do to yourself. So let's just cut that out. Let's see it before it even becomes a thing. And we're going to prioritize this season, especially you. You get to be number one priority, and you get to take a temperature. How fatigued are you? How much energy do you have? How happy are you? And that needs to be the first priority, not whether everything else gets done, not whether everybody else is happy, right? So it's a hard road to go sometimes if you're used to always putting everybody else first. If you're always used to putting everybody and everything else first before you, it's hard for you to say, okay, well, I'm going to just take care of myself first, and then I'll take care of everybody else. It's easier said than done. It's because it flies in the face of what you've always believed yourself to be, and that's maybe for some of you good and giving and caring and selfless and all of those wonderful things, which is great to be, but you don't want to be selfless to the point where you don't prioritize yourself. You don't want to be selfish to the point where you're a megalomaniac and it's just greedy, me. That's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about taking care of yourself and giving yourself priority. Because if your body's sick, what good are you? You can't do anything that you want to do. If you're fatigued and you have a horrible attitude, nobody wants to be around you. Or if you're stuffing that horrible attitude and putting a smile on your face, then it's going to come out later in a weird way that you don't expect. So take care of it now. Take care of it now before it becomes a thing. It's just about reordering things to put yourself first and let your attitude be that. It's a type of humility. It's an attitude of humility where you put yourself first. It's not an attitude of arrogance. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, then you're saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not important, which is in turn telling the infinite who created you, you messed up. You did a good job on everybody but me. You see how that's arrogant? So we don't want to do that. We want to be humble. We'll take care of ourselves first. We take care of what's in front of us second, and then we take care of everything else after that. Take care of ourselves first, and then whatever needs to be handled right in front of us comes next, and then everything else that is part of the season, it comes after that. And you just take it one step at a time, prioritizing yourself first. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honeypot and Jason. We'll see you for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.